opponent, no matter who gets through, will be a rather tough one.
0-0-2.
We're ready to get underway now. So Jones on serve. Worked here from Schmidt. Nice patience as well, though, from Black. Flicking it over, and then Jones tries to go for the smackdown. Good recovery from Schmidt. Being forced deep into that court, though. Schmidt staying alive in the rally. And just narrowly falling shy of the mark. That one will go in favour of Black and Jones here. Townsend with a nice deep return. A couple of shots here clipping the net. Townsend just steering out towards the side of the court. Oh, Schmidt, powerful as well. That's good play.
0-1-1.
Townsend a little bit deep here, so they've definitely been hemmed back in the opening exchanges here, the Aussie duo.
1-1-1.
But all locked up, though. Schmidt, nice drive once more. Oh, that one just creeping in the court. A little pick up from the baseline there from Schmidt. Townsend steering it wide. Oh, and then just creeping in. Schmidt went ducking and dodging, or ducking and dodging, I should say, trying to avoid that ball. It looked like it did just land in, but may have been called out here, in fact.
1-1-2, sorry.
No, in fact, it has been called out. So Townsend here with second serve. Oh, lovely from Schmidt, right down Main Street. And they'll take a lead here, 2-1.
2-1-2.
Jones stepping up and now looking to lay down the law. Gets a result. And change of serve to come here. Side out in favour of Black and Jones.
One, 2-1.
Of course, playing with the Franklin X40. This amount of bounce and speed on that ball. A tough one to deal with there for Jones. So
1-2-2.
second serve brought up. Townsend across court. And Townsend accelerating. Now the opportunity for Schmidt. Nice little touch there as well from Townsend. She'll creep all the way across to that right-hand side of the court. Schmidt looking to go over the top. Good recovery from Black. Oh, and then Townsend. Well beaten there from Jones. Just a late little twist of the paddle and completely upended her concentration. She was already shifting back towards centre court and then caught down the sideline itself. Locked up here at 2-2. Schmidt now with a chance. Oh, and Townsend, very clever play. That's beautiful work from Danielle Townsend. Wisdom beyond her years. They were anticipating a deep shot and then a little cut back. And no chance to retrieve that one. Schmidt now stepping up. Townsend also looks to put the hammer down, a little bit too vigorous on the follow-up. Second serve now for Schmidt and Townsend. Black coming forward. Oh, and then Townsend with no real opportunity there to try and scoop that one up. Good pressure. Right at the kitchen there for Tyra Black. That one falling shy of the mark. So still looked up at 2 apiece here. Schmidt and Townsend, this young duo making a great fist of things in the opening exchanges. So far I haven't seen too much in the way of patient approaches from Schmidt and Townsend. They're quite happy to engage in the firefight. Jones just dabbing it over the top. And once more you can just see Townsend trying to increase the speed yet again. We'll give the lead here to Black and Jones. 3-2 up. Schmidt, good defensive cover, sends it wide. Oh, great return though from Jones. Townsend does a good job to keep it alive. Schmidt now takes off into the body of Jones, and a good result.
Two, three, one.
So 2-3 with the side out now. Schmidt on serve. Townsend was sitting deep, waiting for that to land just on the baseline, but over it, so locked up now at 3 apiece. Well dealt with there in the end from Jones. Right up through the middle. Black was also there. It was nearly a case of double paddle on it. Schmidt now driving, looking for the corner, and just missing the mark.
3-3-1.
So now Tyra Hurricane Black on serve. Townsend with a nice little return. Oh, clips the netting. Hopefully, late change of angle with that shot there from Townsend. Now Black looks to head towards the corner. Oh, found an opportunity. Schmidt got out of the way of it. And they're claiming that might have hit the cap there of Amelia Schmidt. No complaints from her.
Point.
And that will stand.
4-3.
So 4-3 to Black and Jones. She did her best to get out of the way of it, Schmidt, but that was coming at some speed. I forced Jones wide now. It's a nice recovery from Jones and, should I say, Schmidt and Townsend.
4-3-2.
Townsend once more, just hang it over the top of that net. Oh, Schmidt goes big. Just can't quite get it on target, though. And back-to-back points. We haven't seen too much of a run for either side so far.
5-3-2.
5-3 now, though. Margin opening up. It's important for Townsend and Schmidt to make sure that lead doesn't get too far in front. I've seen the Aussies struggle once they've gone behind so far today. Townsend just gifting that really there for Tyra Hurricane Black, who took full advantage of it. And then
Get ready, Pickleball fans. The PPA Tour is bringing the action to you. Whether you love to play or watch, this is your chance to experience pickleball at its best. Mark your calendars for our next tour stops. Tucson, Arizona, February 5th to February 9th. Mesa, Arizona, February 17th to February 23rd. Cape Coral, Florida, March 5th to March 9th. Don't miss your chance to experience the thrill. Watch the pros, cheer for your favorites, register to play, and buy your tickets now at ppatour.com.
And there it is, confirmed, 6-3. So back underway now. Jones to serve. Townsend looking at midway through the court, then finding a beautiful volley right through the center. And side out, so Townsend will have the serve here. Decent volume about it, and just creeping over the top of the net. Well placed from Townsend. Good reach from Townsend. Now Schmidt with the backhand, following it up. Knocks it deep again here from Schmidt. Wonderful exchange here between Schmidt and Black. And it will be the Aussies who win out. Good pressure from Schmidt and Townsend. Now close the gap a touch, 6-4.
4-6-1.
Oh man, an awkward one for Townsend to deal with. Does a great job to keep it alive. Scooped up off the floor as well. Now Black heading towards the corner. Oh, Schmidt, good recovery. Then fires up big time. Smacks it down into the ankle of Jones. And the Aussies building nicely here in game one of the semi-final.
5-6-1.
Again, Schmidt aggressive right at the kitchen. And she is cooking with gas.
6-6-1.
Locked up here, 6 apiece. Aussies riding a wave of points at the moment. Now Black responds. That's a good response too. A double-handed backhand, generating plenty of power.
6-6-2.
Second serve coming up for Schmidt and Townsend. Starting deep, and now they'll both come up in unison. Oh, Black off the net, and then nothing Townsend could do. The paddle caught right around the waist there. Unable to move it away from the body. Good result for Black and Jones. Schmidt threatening Townsend, good recovery. Oh, Schmidt somehow got a paddle to it, but couldn't really escape out of that situation. Black and Jones were completely in control. And now back in front.
7-6-1.
Townsend steering out towards the left-hand side of Black. Oh, Schmidt really threading the needle there, clipping the netting. Haven't seen too much of attempts around the side of the post. A few opportunities for both Schmidt and Townsend. That one just clipping the netting and then falling out of court. So 8-6, they get closer towards this first game here, Black and Jones. Townsend sweeping it. Oh, and then a lovely bit of athleticism there. Flick of the wrist with the backhand. Now she was sweeping across court. And will bring up a second serve here. And Schmidt with a lovely direction there. Cutting across court. Once more getting a result.
6-8-1.
Side out, and now Schmidt on serve. Oh, Townsend, that was a real gift, and she knows it too. Look of disdain across the face. It's right up in the channel to be put away, and that's what Jones did. That's better from Townsend though. Black though with a nice response. Oh, Townsend, great save. Now a cut for Schmidt, tough to deal with. Outstanding work from Tyra Hurricane Black, just closing off the opportunities.
8-6-1.
Townsend flicking it away yet again. Black attempting to go over the top. Townsend going for the full smash. Nice little cut. And again, the aerial route. Well dealt with though from the Aussies. Second serve brought up now for Black and Jones.
8-6-2.
Townsend just creeping over the net. Schmidt takes off good speed. Townsend misses an easy one though.
9-6-2.
Still second serve here, but 2 points closer towards closing out this game. That's all they need. Townsend whipping. Oh, Schmidt, lovely recovery. Past Townsend, Schmidt then couldn't achieve a very difficult follow-up. And they'll call another timeout here with game point on the line. So a good little period here for Black and Jones. Last time they had that timeout, of course, it did produce a result here for Schmidt and Townsend. They got themselves back in.
Yeah, second serve. 10-6-2.
10-6 on second serve. Game point here for Black and Jones. Schmidt going to go big early here. Townsend with a little bit more control now, winds up. Good take from Schmidt, right along the kitchen. Schmidt with a great angle, continuing to work over Jones. Overhead they go, and that will produce the result here for Black and Jones. First game done and dusted. Bit of work to do in game two. So back underway now for game two here in this women's doubles semi-final. Black right towards the kitchen and working strongly here. So too is Jones. Townsend now with a firefight. Schmidt, good save. And then Jones comes up trumps. Big result. First points on the board here
0-1.
in game number two. Chance for them to go on the attack now. Townsend up above. Jones just slowing things down momentarily. Townsend, lovely little whip of the wrist. In control at the moment, the Aussies in this point. Schmidt with the backhand. And then losing out there. That's probably the easiest shot of the lot, unfortunately, for Schmidt.
1-0-1.
And that will now bring up the first point of this second game here for the Americans. Townsend driving it deep. Well placed. Townsend, wonderful skills at the net, looking for the finish off the net. Still a chance. Jones saves it nicely at the baseline. Now Black stepping up. Oh, that's an outstanding point from the Americans. Jones kept it alive. Black finishes it off. That's a classy point from the number one seeds.
2-0-1. 2-0-1.
Well, every point is being contested, though, by Townsend and Schmidt. Not being completely dominated here. Townsend with a very clever play. That's a beautiful drop shot from Townsend. Jones went diving for it. Body on the line stuff. But clever work from Danielle Townsend.
2-0-2.
Second serve now brought up. Schmidt again, just guilty of perhaps the easy shot being the one that gets missed.
3-0-2.
Black just chipping over the top. Schmidt well dealt with though. Oh, and lovely placement from Jones. Townsend recovers well. Good placement herself. And the firefight ensues. That was quite funny midpoint. Townsend let out a word that I can't. 4-0 up as well. As Black once more providing a deep serve. Townsend stepping up. It's a little bit too deep, I feel, though.
5-0-2.
And 5-0 it is. Black serves once more. Townsend whipping it towards that right-hand side. Oh, and Black again, dominant at the kitchen. And certainly serving up a bit of heat as we welcome Brandon Lee to the commentary.
It is great to be here for this women's semi-final.
It's been a very competitive display so far. The Aussies struggling a little bit more in game two, but game one a very tight affair at 11-6 and locked up at 6-all at one point. But a real run of points now, especially since that timeout was called. So 7-0, and that line looks long. And that'll be a little break they might need here, Brendan.
And a wardrobe change from Black and Jones from their previous rounds.
Certainly keeping fresh in every sense of the word. Schmidt, good pick up. Townsend, lovely hands, and we'll get a point on the board here in game 2.
Great to see. Denny and Amelia had a great win in their quarterfinal
171.
over Caitlin and Andy.
Schmidt, oh, lovely drive right up Main Street, splits them like Moses parting the seas, and that is one for the highlight reels from Schmidt.
271.
2-7. Nice little run being formed here by the Aussie. Schmidt with the double backhand. Good pick up from Jones. Patient approach here from both sides. Loose shot from Schmidt and punished in the end from Jones.
Jones is just rock solid, isn't she? It takes a lot to get an error out of Jones.
272.
There's been very few chinks in the armour here of Jones and Black so far. Schmidt going long, trying to force the issue.
721.
Inside out here, so first serve for Black. That's 7-2. They can ill afford to concede more points here. Townsend, as cool as a cucumber at the kitchen at the moment. Now looks to step it up a touch, and we'll get the result. So second serve coming up.
Oh, rock solid there from Townsend.
Jones taking off early. Now gets the smackdown going. Oh, Jones, that is superb.
What a combination Elise Jones and Tyra Black are proving to be here in Australia. A great quarterfinal win against Katie Hart and Rose Van Reek on Championship Court an hour ago. And then out here just making it look so easy.
Well, that's the problem that we have seen throughout the day. For example, you look at Aaron Blitz and Josh Tier a little earlier. Any single opportunity that was provided for their opponents was dispatched of very cleanly. And so it proves to be the case again here for Jones and Black. But that's nice from Townsend. Great hands. And they'll call for a timeout here. In fact, no. A little conversation with our official and then sticking with the action.
Want to see the Aussies put some points on the board here, James.
I certainly can't afford to concede any more. Down 2-9. Just 2 away from advancing to the final itself. That's going to be tough for Townsend, who takes cover. Lovely pickup as well from a difficult position. Now Black really forcing the issue and brings up match point. No apologies, they've got one more there.
Great defense. Good point by all 4 players.
292.
A must-win point, if you will, here for Townsend and Schmidt. They've got to stay on serve. Oh, Schmidt does indeed find a result. Clips the netting, followed by Black, and that will go out. So 3-9 brought up.
And that ball's gone stray, James. Let's see if we can find that one.
Well, the Franklin X40s certainly have a bit of bounce to them. That one could indeed end up in Geelong if it keeps going.
392.
Townsend once more on serve and again getting a result. So here is the comeback that we've been asking for.
492.
Once more Townsend going big early. Operating through the middle at the moment. Schmidt, patient builder. Oh, and then a lovely little acceleration of speed there from Black, and that proved to be the difference.
Yeah, Tyra's just so effective at speeding the ball up from positions that we haven't generally seen here in Australia. From below her knees, she's able to speed that ball up from, and that is dangerous.
It's a good result, though, for Schmidt and Townsend. Second serve, and they haven't conceded an extra point. It's the most important part of that. Lovely return from Townsend, nice and deep. Oh, Schmidt once again with that double-handed over-the-head backhand. It's been a feature throughout this match, and she hasn't really got it wrong more than I think a single time, so it's been very consistent.
Aussie's doing well here, keeping Tyra and Elise scoreless or on 9 at least for the last 2 side outs.
Townsend back towards the middle. Good weight about it. That one was a little bigger. Now Townsend can capitalise on it. And she does indeed bring the smackdown with a capital S.
5-9-1.
Not out of this yet, Schmidt and Townsend. That one's a loose shot, though, from Townsend. That's going to cause a few problems. Black trying to accelerate things. Lovely pick up. Oh, and then Schmidt just going for a little bit too much there.
Yeah, they did well to turn defense into offense there, James, but Amelia just pressing on that one a little bit too much.
5-9-2.
Oh, and Townsend again. We know she likes to play aggressively, but that could be a costly error there.
Wasn't the best choice there from Townsend. That was building something a little bit special then.
Schmidt just turning the screws a touch. Oh, gets the little deflection off the net. Now the firefight ensues. Jones staying alive in the play.
Ooh,
Townsend just collects the net.
Yeah, she loves that backhand volley. Unfortunately, just bringing that down a little bit too much.
10-5.
And also brings up match point here. 1 foot in the final. And then Black coming up with a trick serve in the end with a big slice, which we haven't seen so far in this match. Townsend and Schmidt looking to keep it alive. They can't do so. The dream ends here for the Aussies, but the Americans keep marching forward. They are one of our finalists. They'll be playing on Championship Sunday, and